Now at 4, jury selection delayed in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin. Now officers are preparing for potential unrest. A big St. Paddy's Day celebration is still on for one local bar, why health officials say you shouldn't test your luck. Plus,
today I think we've begun to describe what a world looks like where we move beyond COVID-19.
the new CDC guidance for people who are fully vaccinated.
Live from the WMTV studios, your news authority. NBC15 News at 4 starts now.
This is why today, CDC is releasing its initial guidance for the public that, for the first time, lays out some of the activities considered safe for those who are fully vaccinated.
Fully vaccinated Americans can now gather inside without masks or physical distancing with other fully vaccinated people. That's according to new, long-awaited guidance from the CDC. The agency also says fully vaccinated people can visit with unvaccinated people from a single household who are at low risk for severe disease, again, without wearing a mask or physical distancing. That group also does not need to quarantine after a known exposure as long as they have no symptoms. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky calls the recommendation an important first step, but says they will be updated as more people get vaccinated.
Today's action represents an important first step. It is not our final destination. As more people get vaccinated, levels of COVID-19 infection decline in communities, and as our understanding of COVID immunity improves, we look forward to updating these recommendations to the public.
According to the CDC, more than 30 million adults, or over 9% of the total population, have been fully vaccinated. Now, that update as controversy stirs up over some local St. Patrick's Day bar crawls. Communities are divided on celebrating during the pandemic. This weekend, the Celtic pub crawl is scheduled to take place in Monroe, despite concerns about COVID-19 spread. 8 businesses are expected to take part. The Greene County Public Health Department does not have any COVID-19 ordinances in place. Chris Schindler, owner of the Friendly Inn and organizer of the bar crawl, says without the St. Patrick's Day holiday, his business won't survive.
And it's not just me, gaining a benefit from this. I have many employees, I have vendors. The bank hasn't stopped making me pay them.
Celtic Pub Crawl Facebook page has about 2,000 members. However, Schindler says he does not expect a large crowd this year because of the pandemic. A reminder that Wisconsin is still under a statewide mask mandate. People are required to wear a mask inside if they are not eating or drinking. Here's a look at the latest vaccine data from the State Department of Health Services. DHS reports more than 1 million Wisconsinites have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, or 18.4% of the state's population as of today. 10.4% of residents are now fully vaccinated. Take a live look through our Capitol Sky Cam on this Monday. Hardly a cloud in the sky. James Parrish joins us now. Boy, this is the nicest Monday we've had in months.
You know what, Lee, I can tell you what, the weather definitely does not have the case of the Mondays today. But as we head towards midweek, Wednesday is the day that we're going to have to watch, because that's when our next big weather maker is going to impact the area. Talking about a cold front as well as an area of low pressure that will swing through the area. So tomorrow, still expecting lots of sunshine. It's going to be another day where you're probably going to come down with a case of spring fever. It's just going to be a little bit warmer. But as we head towards Wednesday, you will notice that our rain chances will start to increase. In fact, we could be tracking 2 rounds of rain, one late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, then the second one late Wednesday into Wednesday night. Does look like our rain chances will come down as we wrap up the work week and head into the upcoming weekend. Check out these numbers right now. 60 degrees in Madison, 56 in Baraboo, 54 in Janesville. Today was the first day this year that we topped 60 degrees here in Madison. I have a feeling we're going to be close to 60 degrees tomorrow. We'll talk about even warmer weather for tomorrow in just a few more minutes.
President Biden will address the nation on the 1-year anniversary of many schools and businesses shutting their doors. The president is set to speak this Thursday in what will be his first primetime address as president. It was last March 11th that many businesses closed and schools worked to switch to virtual schedules to protect people from COVID-19. A move many thought at the time, we all remember, thought it would be temporary or short-lived. Biden will acknowledge the sacrifices Americans have made over the past year and the losses families have suffered, as well as highlight the progress made in beating the virus and moving the country forward. A new security review of the January 6th insurrection calls for increased staffing and intelligence for the Capitol Police Force. The report, commissioned by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, found the Capitol Police Force is currently ill-equipped to deal with threats facing the Capitol complex, many of which are coming from domestic elements. The report recommends Capitol Police fill all open positions while beefing up staffing and strengthening their own intelligence gathering operations. It also calls for a permanent quick reaction force and mobile fencing. A briefing with the final draft of the report is being given to House members today. Jury selection is delayed in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer accused of killing George Floyd. You can see in this video scores of people turned out. This was this morning, calling for justice for Floyd, who died after Chauvin held him to the ground with his knee across his neck. These are the allegations from more than 8 minutes. The incident sparked international outrage and a movement for racial equality across the country. Law enforcement from at least a dozen agencies will be on the ground throughout the verdict in the high-profile case, including local and state police, federal agents, and at least 2,000 soldiers from the National Guard. During a security briefing this afternoon, the Minneapolis police chief and other law enforcement leaders said hundreds of people have already exercised their right to protest as that trial gets underway, and it has all been peaceful.
There continues to be no credible, imminent threats to the trial or to the Hennepin County Governance Center or to the Twin Cities area that we are tracking.
A judge is reconsidering third-degree murder charges for Chauvin. Jury selection on the other charges, that is now expected to begin tomorrow. Janesville police are asking for your help finding a missing 13-year-old Chloe Benage. She's described as 5 feet tall and weighs 110 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information, call the Janesville Police Department at 755-3100. Police have not released any other details in this case. UW-Whitewater police confirmed they did receive a criminal report from a woman who claimed she was attacked by a UW-Whitewater basketball player. Officials say Whitewater freshman Will Schultz is considered a suspect in the investigation. He has not been arrested. The woman, a bartender, claims Schultz battered her early Friday morning after bar hours. Officials say Schultz faces possible charges of battery and underage person in a bar. A former Middleton resident is in custody after allegedly sexually assaulting and showing pornographic images to a 15-year-old. The Middleton Police Department says 53-year-old Brian Hennig of Mount Horeb was engaged with a minor over the past 8 months. Officials say he and the victim knew each other. He was arrested and booked into the Dane County Jail on several charges. Still ahead at 4, paying the price at the pump. Why you've probably noticed a hike in your gas prices. And it's International Women's Day, how women around the world are celebrating and pushing for more progress.